Hi and welcome back. Today I want to go over an event that occurred like 6 months ago and will be coming back somewhere in the next few weeks. It will be the event called the Eternal Land, one of the most heaviest, biggest events in the game. It will take like 14 days to finish. You will be attacking Dark Forces, you will be claiming gold shards, you will be attacking other servers, other alliances, fighting over gates, power stations, and so on. And I would like to make a summary of the most important things that you need to do and you need to be aware of in this event. This video is gonna take a while, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you're gonna watch my YouTube videos that I made like 6 months ago, please read the comments. There were some mistakes in the videos and I've corrected them over there. So they're also in the description below, all my videos, to go into more detailed information about the events day by day. As I said, the event will take place and it will have a duration of 14 days. The pre-expedition will take 3 days. It will be on your own server. And after that you can move to the Eternal Land. Once the gates open inside the Eternal Land, you can fight other servers. The content I will be showing you guys in this video will be old content, which was recorded 6 months ago. As far as I've heard, there is a new map that the developers are creating at the moment, so probably it will not match what you will be seeing. In the Eternal Land event, there are 2 times a moment where you can claim 20 gold shards by exchanging hero shards. For example, you can exchange the blue hero shards, like 1800 of them, to claim 20 gold shards. So save up on those hero shards. So to get started on this event, there are some things like the pre-expedition where I want to start off with. As you can see, on the first day of the pre-expedition, you need to attack the Dark Forces to claim Dark Legion intelligence boxes. And once you've opened these boxes, you will gain puzzle shards. Every set of 7 pieces will get you 200 points, plus 1 random item like a level 3 component chest, the 2 gold boxes, purple shards, premium recruitment vouchers. These rewards are not that great and they're definitely not worth your VIT capsules. Save them for later in the event because your individual points will reset after the pre-expedition. In the pre-expedition, you will be able to claim a top reward of 50 gold shards and 5 perk books, and the server ranking, which is one of my personal, which I think are more important. These bonuses will be permanent for the rest of Eternal Land, so as a server, do your best, get one of the top rewards and claim those permanent bonuses. So as I've said, the first day is not that hard. Just attack Dark Forces, collect your puzzle pieces and get some points. On day 2 you need to have some preparations for this. On day 2 you need to donate your troops. The higher level the troops, the more points you will get. So Caruso is one of the important heroes to fastly rebuild your troops. You want to have the units ruin or share it with another alliance, so you can claim troops daily which will go into your inventory. One of the things you should know is that you can't donate troops lower than your level, but any level of troop higher than your current level will get you points. Of course, the higher the level of the troop, the more points you will get. So to prepare for this stage, once they show you Eternal Land will be coming on, remove your planes and start building tanks. You want as many as possible so you can donate a lot and get a lot of points and get better rewards. So the preparation task for this part is get a lot of tanks in your base. Next you will go to day 3 of the pre-expedition. You need to defeat Warhammers, 200 of them per player. So you can also get points by joining other players. Or by running your own Warhammers, and other players will be able to join you. This probably takes you a few hours to complete. And you get 30 points per Warhammer you kill, even if you join others. What we did is set our auto join to 1 unit, so you will leave some room for other players. So now the more important part is starting of Eternal Land. We just had the pre-expedition. You needed to do some basic tasks. You were able to claim your 20 gold shards, and you will be able to use the move to Eternal Land button to move. So this first part, the perimeter of the Eternal Land, will take 48 hours, and your goal is to build alliance fortresses and power stations. The alliance fortresses are the same as you have in the normal map, and the power stations are something new. So you can build 3 fortresses, and you can build as many power stations as you want, but these will cost amethysts to build. But I will go on with that in a few seconds. So to start off on the first day, the Dark Mags, you need to kill them, and they are like the Dark Forces on the normal map. And you got the Dark Guardians, which are the Warhammers. But one of the strange things about these in the Eternal Land, you can't auto-join them. So you have to join them by hand. And you have to remember that other players need to be online and willing to join you. So call out in your alliance when you are starting to do a Dark Guardian or a Warhammer, or however you want to call them, so they know you're gonna do it and they will be able to join you. The higher the star level of the troops you kill, the more points you will get. So within this Eternal Land, you also have daily tasks. They're called military support. So if you do them daily, you will also get amethysts. So check in on these military supports daily. It's about donating troops. It's about killing dark forces. Some basic tasks, using speed ups. It's not that hard to finish these up, get your amethysts easy and get some points. In the Eternal Land, once you're there, you can move back freely, back and forth to the normal map and the Eternal Land. Because the supply drops, capital events, silos and so on will keep on going. So server capital event, if you want to participate, you have to move back. On our server there were barely any players doing silos because everyone was in Eternal Land. So to move back to your server, capture some silos and get first place with probably almost no competition. So in this Eternal Land, your task is to build fortresses and power stations. A fort takes about 4 to 6 hours to build. And next to that you can build power stations. To build up power stations, it takes 40 minutes and it needs to be placed by an R4 or R5. I can imagine that they will now use R5 or placeholders, and that R4 has less tasks and responsibility. To build anything you need amethysts. You need those to build and repair your power stations and forts. Once an alliance member is gathering within their own territory, so you see the edge of once you build a power station, you see the color of your territory expand. And if you gather within your territory, you will be able to get amethysts. If you gather outside your territory, it's also possible, but you won't get any amethyst for it. If you do the military tasks, you will get amethysts. So you basically need amethysts to build and repair. So don't waste too many amethysts, because if you think you have 400,000 amethyst after like 2 or 3 days, well, that's not that much. You need way more. As a mechanical master, you can build gathering facilities inside your own territory, not outside, and these will help you and your alliance members to gather more, because in the beginning your territory is not that big and you need those mechanical masters to build their gathering facilities so everyone can gather and help out. The power stations will get more expensive the more you build them. In the end, I think we paid around 5,000 amethyst per power station, and if you are at war and some of the power stations are destroyed and you need to rebuild and you need to repair constantly, you will run out of amethysts like pretty fast. So save up for a bit, have all your members help out. And you can build a power station by going into menus, go to the power stations tab and click on build. If you're not an R4 or R5, you won't see this button. And as you can see, it will be in the middle with a territory around. And you want to just connect the territory so your area will be expanded the most. Your power stations need to be connected to your territory. You can't place them in the middle of nowhere. Your territory needs to hold a fort inside. If you don't have a fort inside your territory, you won't be able to build new power stations next to it. This is one of the mistakes we made in the past, because we thought we'd have a territory and we just move our fort to a new location, and then we weren't able to build a new power station and we needed to wait 4 to 6 hours until our fort was finished. One of the things that's important is that you cannot be attacked while you are inside your own territory. So if you're next to a power station, you can't be attacked. They can only attack the power stations or the fort. But once that power station is destroyed, you are outside of your region and they can attack you. So never move outside your region, and be sure that you move once the power station or fort is destroyed. It's the same for the opposite. So if you want to go into offense and you want to attack their power station, you first need to build a power station so it's connected to their power station or fort or building or military base or whatever you want to attack, and you need to defend that power station for 40 minutes until it's finished. So you build a power station, you defend it, and once it's finished and it's connected to their territory, you can destroy their power station and keep on moving forward. One of the things we did, and it was also a mistake, is to keep on building power stations without defending them. So be sure to defend them. It only takes one hit to destroy a power station or a fort when it's not built complete, when it's not finished yet. So while it's building, and if you don't leave any defense in it, and it will get hit and your defense will lose, it is destroyed instantly and you have to rebuild it and try again. So your territory needs to expand as much as possible. If you want to own a gate, you need to connect your territory. If you want to own the expedition base, you need to own the territory, and so on. This counts for the rest of Eternal Land. So in the Eternal Land, you have the expedition achievements. You get tasks and goals for the rest of Eternal Land with great rewards. You need to kill players, you need to kill dark mechs, you need to kill dark guardians, and you need to claim 100 points. You claim 100 points by doing any of the tasks above, and you can get them by gathering. Sometimes you get items which you can use and say use my get my 100 points right now. This is also your 100 points are also counted to get one of the top rewards. The higher the dark max you kill, the more stars, the more points you will get. Later on in Eternal Land you will have special resource areas, and the higher the special resource area, the more stars of dark max and guardians will appear. So save up your vid capsules for that. Don't start using too many in the beginning if you want to end up on the higher ranking. Save them up for the last few days where you can hit 5-star Dark Guardians instead of 3-star to get more points. So as you can see on this map, we are split off by gates and oceans. So we can't go to any other server yet until we go into the next stage of the Eternal Land. So our goal is to claim a gate so we can go through it. So once we own it, it will be ours. And as long as we don't own it, we can't move back and forth. So the number of gates decrease per area where we go. So in the first stage we have 4 gates, then we have 3 gates, and then finally there will be even less gates. One of the things you can do is share one of the gates. So don't leave any defense in it. Let another alliance connect to that with their territory as well, and then just attack it, take the gate, and then you can move to the other side. What you don't want is to go through to the next area and have another alliance take your gate and destroy your power stations, because if you don't get that gate back, you can't get back in the previous territory, and if they're attacking you, you will be kind of screwed, because if you don't own the gate and you can't go back to the previous area and you can't defend, then you can't help your alliance. So don't get stuck on the wrong side of the gate. If you log out or need to go, move your base back to a previous area where you know it's safe, and then you can always move forth again in the future. So our goals are to build towards the expedition base and the outposts in the beginning, and we want to build to a gate so we can go to the next stage with our alliance. Last but not least, in this stage there is also an expedition plan. It's you get some extra tasks for your Warzone or server where you can claim some rewards, so check on this every now and then if you can get some new rewards. So that's a lot of information on day 4, where you actually move to the Eternal Land, about building power stations, building forts, when can I get attacked, where do I need to gather, and so on. So now we go to the next day of the Eternal Land, where we can actually fight another server, and we have to move through the gate. It's the same as before, but you, instead of fighting over the outpost and expedition base, you have to fight over the military bases. So it's kind of the same as in the beginning. This also takes 2 days. But you want to own these buildings for as long as possible to get the most points. In the beginning we want to fight over the outpost and the expedition base. What we want to do is having one alliance to be some sort of super alliance, which will where all our strongest players are in, and where we can rotate players from alliances. Because if you want to be in the top ranking and claim great rewards, you need to own all the buildings, like all the time. And so what our alliance or server is gonna do next is capture the outposts and expedition bases, and don't let any other alliances take them. So one alliance gets all the points and the best rewards. You also have to check on the daily military support. At the 5th day, it's the speed ups and donate troops. One tip for the speed ups: save up on your class item speed ups, because you don't always want to donate troops, and you don't want to use speed ups like movement or repair. So if you have like, you need 4 8-hour class item speed ups to get 960 points, and then just donate the last few troops to get your 1000 points. So save up on your class item speed ups. For holding the buildings, you also get some rewards. And one of the things you want to do is use your hero shards and select them, donate those shards and convert them to points, and those points can be used to claim 20 gold shards. So get your free gold shards. That's basically it. You can claim the gold shards until the end of the Eternal Land, because as long as you click on the expedition base, you can go back and claim them. The rest of the military support every day will be kind of the same task, so I won't go into depth any further. Otherwise, check out my other videos. So now we own a gate, and as I explained, you can share them. In the next area, you have the military fortresses. If you have it and you own it, you can get 10% HP bonus and Warzone points. What you should know is that these buildings go into battle mode every now and then, every few hours, and then you own it for a few hours. So you have to keep on fighting over all previous buildings like the outposts and the expedition base, as well as the military fortresses and other buildings and gates on the map. So the further you go into the Eternal Land, the more you have to fight over all buildings from back to the beginning. So now we have these. In the next area, we also have the special resource areas where you can gather gems. These open every 4 hours, and then they're closed every 4 hours. If you go to the world map, a colored mine is open and a grayed out is closed. When you are gathering gems, you can get 1 gem every 2 minutes. So recall your troops if you're getting attacked. One of the things you can do is build a power station close to the special resource area, which makes the distance less far, so you don't need as many speed ups to attack, or it would cost you less time to move and attack back and forth. Inside the special resource areas, there are higher level Dark Guardians than on the than you normally see. So if you want to use your Vid, use it to attack the Dark Guardians in the special resource areas to get more points. And the higher level, or the more to the center the special resource area is, because there are 3, the higher level of Dark Guardians you will find. So later on, when the last special resource area is opened, you want to use your Vid capsules and start rallying all those Dark Guardians. So over here we also built our fort. We moved our fort from the first stage to the second stage to the gate, so we can claim that or attack it once we need the gate and move to the next area. Other alliances will be doing the same, and you will be fighting over the gate if you are lucky or unlucky. And now it's all the same. So to go to the we will go to the next area. We will have 1 day to do some tasks. We will have 1 day to fight over the next fort or buildings or whatever they are, and then we will be able to fight over the gate again, and then we will be fighting over the final building in the center of the map, the Eternal City, which will make you the winner or loser of Eternal Land, and it's not a shame if you can't get that far. So now some fighting tips. In the Eternal Land you will have a 5-minute war fever. Attacking power stations and forts doesn't cost any vid, so you can keep on attacking as many times as you want. You don't need any shields as long as you're in your own territory. If your territory or your power station is destroyed, you should move. You cannot attack other players that are inside their own territory as well. So you need to destroy the power station or fort. One of the things we did is enter another server or other war zones area. So we built power stations to their gate. But one of the things we weren't aware is that we wouldn't be able to enter it until the last gate was opened. So once the inner gates are opened, you can enter other people's or other war zones gates and attack their players and take over their expedition base. One of the achievements is that you need 3 expedition bases of other war zones. Claiming it a second time doesn't count, so you really need to go into another war zone and own 3 war zone expedition bases at the same time. So it's not easy to do, but it's probably possible. One more important thing is that if you attack a power station or an expedition fort and it's burning, you don't need to attack it a second time. It has a durability and it will go down slowly when it's burning. Attacking it more and more doesn't really help, but it's free, it doesn't cost any vid, so it's funny to see and watch a lot of players moving and attacking the same building. It will go down slowly. An R4 or an R5 can click on the repair button. It will cost you 200 amethysts. It will stop the fire and durability will go up slowly. So once you see that the fire's out, attack their power station again. If you're defending and you don't have anyone inside the power station that's actually defending, you can repair and hope it will take a few seconds or minutes before they attack it again. But if they are having they keep on marching on the same building, just don't repair, it's useless. If they stop attacking, click on the repair button and hope they won't attack it. It will cost you a lot of amethyst if you keep on repairing. You can repair it every 5 minutes. It will go into maintenance once it's repairing and the HP will go back up. If you want to attack a fort, it's possible and you can destroy it. Please be aware it takes about 3 hours for it to be destroyed if they're not repairing. So if they are repairing, it will take you more than 3 hours to destroy it. So if you want to see more about our fighting and our tactics, see the video of day 8. I'm in that video I'm explaining what we've been doing and how we've been moving forward. I think these are all the important things you should know about Eternal Land. Otherwise just check out my other videos. So I thank you for watching, enjoy your Eternal Land, and I'll see you next time.